Monday, September 1st, 2025. If you have just turned onto this channel, my name is Jerry, and you have reached Carnivore Jerry in the middle of the forest, where I talk about my personal experience as it relates to me eating this way of eating for myself, for my body, for what it's done to me. My journey has been very vast, so pardon me, subscribers that have been with me for quite some time, as I tell the elevator pitch to the newbies right now. I started out being extremely unhealthy, obese at 363 pounds when I first found the ketogenic diet. It was because previously, a year, to probably be exact, I was taking all the lotions, potions, pills, multi-level marketing, tricks, drinks, tiny meals. Basically, I was eating out of a UPS truck. Excuse the verbiage. I think it's supposed to be "and" because it's UPS afterwards. But I digress. That was only proving to me that for that year and a half, when I wasn't budging that scale and I was stuck on a serious stall, I had the realization, which is true, I was eating off of a UPS truck. I was eating things out of boxes. I was opening up potions, pills, food that had ingredients listed on it. Many ingredients of which I couldn't pronounce. I didn't know if it was a vitamin. I know what beef is. The 4 letters: beef, chicken, egg. Very simple, one ingredient. And I had the realization I need to stop eating off of a UPS truck. The UPS driver is my friend. He likes coming over to my house. He enjoys the tips and the Christmas gifts. I don't enjoy the fact that I was not living to my fullest potential by not eating real foods. And the very simple fact of what happens should these businesses become defunct, go out of business. That's what happened with the one program that I did, which was called Take Shape for Life. That is no longer. Now the name is Optavia. And things change. I just finally had the light bulb moment. I finally woke up and said, this isn't right. Hence the internet. What a beautiful tool. And I found out the internet and things like YouTube. The internet was more than going on what I coined the expression fake book. And that's what I thought the internet was, where you can talk to people. That's how I found the lady who found me, because I was a her realtor. She was my real estate client and customer back in the day. She was listening to me with my struggles, because that's how they train multi-level marketing people, multi-level marketing companies. They train people to listen for the signals, watch, befriend, for lack of a better word, prey on their friends' emotions. So, yes, I got sucked in. I enjoyed the lady. I enjoyed their family. I enjoyed working with them, being their realtor, all of the good things. So, of course, I joined her multi-level marketing company and I lost 50 pounds. And then again, the realization happened for me. What happens if this company becomes defunct? Now they're not in business. They're still in business. Hence the realization, I can't drink these shakes and I can't keep taking these pills because I'm listening more to the internet and learning more about a ketogenic diet, because what tripped my memory and my trigger and what played on my emotions from YouTube were people like Dr. Jason Fung, Dr. Bernstein, Dr. Berry, Dr. Baker, Dr. Kiltz, all of these people that are doctors. This is not a channel that offers medical advice. This is only my personal experience and my steps on how I got to lose from 363 pounds to the weight I'm at right now of 212 pounds. So I ate the ketogenic way of eating because of YouTube and learning from the internet. And slowly but surely, I would chime in to the realization of facts. Dr. Jason Fung spoke about diabetics and diabetes and kidney failure because he's the nephrologist. All I am is a YouTuber. I learned so much from YouTube. They say you can actually get a degree on anything. If you watch YouTube long enough, you can learn about any subject. So, of course, health was paramount to me. I came into several medical issues. I had a heart attack. I had stents implanted. I had a bout with cancer. I had lumps removed, uncancerous tests done. I was poked and prodded. I had back surgery. I have scoliosis. I have had, as a child, rheumatic fever. And rheumatic fever and heart are conditions. That was in the past. But you'd think after having a health condition, I would have learned and I would not have gotten to the point of being as heavy and unhealthy, smoking, drinking, all the things, as they say. I used to do them all. That's how I ballooned up to 363 pounds, enjoying life. But was I really enjoying life? Really? Really? So back to our regularly scheduled program. After losing 163 pounds, I got cocky. I fell off of the ketogenic way of eating. I started the cheats. I did so well, I lost 20 pounds. I'm going to go to Culver's and have just one scoop of ice cream once a month when I'd be grocery shopping. And then in 3 days I would spiral and I'd say I'd just have 1 cup of mac and cheese, and so on and so on and so on. Got back up from the 163 pound weight loss to again being heavy, losing 163 pounds twice. Not great, not at all. But this time around, since I can tell you, I have been 100% devoted to the carnivore way of eating animal-based majority foods, with the exception of a pickle. I do use condiments. I do use meat seasonings. I don't use the packaged seasonings that are in the store because generally speaking, they are mixed with some type of sugar, dextrose, something, natural flavors that go against my body. So I have chosen since January 11th to eat as close to how God intended meat-based diet that I possibly can, even with the occasional pickle or sauerkraut, fermented foods. And I am loving it. I don't have that gurgling noise in the back of my throat. I'm not finding myself clearing my throat like I used to. I enjoy getting a good night's sleep, solid night's sleep. I don't like the feeling that I felt of the heaviness, the drain, the tiredness, the yawning in the middle of the day for really no reason. I drink 1 cup of coffee in the morning, 1 12-ounce. Usually how I mix it right now is with 1 ounce of butter, salted or not, makes no difference. 1 ounce of butter, 1 12-ounce cup of coffee, 1 cup of collagen. I'm sorry, I'm driving, so I'm paying attention to the road. Pardon me. 1 scoop of the collagen. Usually it must be something that I've taken before. I don't buy sale things just to buy something that says collagen unless I know that it works with my body, like Perfect Keto, for example. Fantastic product there. I don't have any adverse side effects from Perfect Keto collagen. Usually plain. And that's it. I'll continue on with my day. Insofar as eating is concerned, I will, generally speaking, 1 meal, sometimes 2 meals. For example, today I had the equivalent of 8 ounces of ground beef. I put in 3 Land O'Lakes butter balls into a pan and cooked 4 eggs, 4 whole eggs. And, that was my breakfast. And that was during the Kelly Hogan class that I take. I do it every Monday at 9 a.m. And that was my meal. Put a little hot sauce on, some Redmond's real salt. It was fabulous. And now I'm fueled up until later with whatever I decide to eat, whatever meal, and I'll be sure to show you. For this month on this channel is to tell stories. I wanted to do something a little bit different other than just babbling on about the ketogenic way of eating, the carnivore way of life. I will incorporate, of course, my meals and tell you experiences as it relates to my personal struggles, goals, aspirations, way of eating for me. I'll talk about that. But I don't want people to tune out of listening to any of my videos if it gets to be preachy-teachy about the carnivore way of eating. I have to realize I am going through carnivore coaching right now. So once I obtain the certificates and start my own carnivore, ketogenic, proper human diet, proper way of leading certificate, I'll be able to help people with, and due to and thanks to the knowledge that I've gleaned from the Kiltz Mighty Network, KMT, Kiltz Tribe. Dr. Robert Kiltz is the founder of the Dr. Kiltz Mighty Tribe. I listen to him every morning at 5 a.m. He typically has guests, and it's Dr. Kiltz's hour of carnivore power, as I call it. Both he and his instructor, Dr. Nelson Vasquez, teach this Kiltz Mighty Tribe carnivore course, along with the administrators Aaliyah and her husband in the back that facilitate a lot of the paperwork, getting out the electronic things, and answer questions for those of us that may not be very tech savvy. I can rely on Aaliyah and her husband. So I am very grateful for my tribe, my people, and the camaraderie that we share. We have an excellent group of people, men, women, old, young, teenagers, people with serious illnesses and maladies. And it's not just for people that want to lose weight. I want health in my life. Weight loss, bonus, fabulous. According to the charts, I should be at about 170, 175 pounds for my frame, for my body. I'm cool and I'm comfortable at 199. Am I ever going to get under 199? I don't know. I'm not going to balk, but for years and years, I would look at myself in the mirror and I would constantly see fat, and I'd see the unhealth. It would be to the point of an obsession, because that's not healthy. If you're looking at yourself and you've seen yourself go from 363 to now 212, I can honestly say I see progress. I don't see fat, in my own opinion, folks. This is just me. I don't see that old Jerry anymore. I don't want those negative stereotypes and health implications to ever befall me. I don't like the feelings. Don't like it. Don't want to go backwards. Want to continue on. So I'm starting the month of September like I am right now in my vehicle, heading north, heading forward, looking forward to the future, starting a brand new month. And this month, I want to start out with very simple stories as it may relate to my personal life, sometimes on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes I'll recall back to my childhood and the memories that I've had of food, of happy memories, of maybe sometimes sad memories. I know that I have things planned and a schedule of things that I plan on saying every day in my stories, so that I can keep a running total, a running tally, and not duplicate stories during the month of September. If you know, you know. We interrupt our regularly scheduled program to bring you a commercial from Quick Trip. Do you use the rewards card at Quick Trip with your purchases? If not, you should, because you can get reward gas points like I did. I got and received $2.20 off per gallon of gas. My Denali uses E85. So the E85 price is $2.55 typically, regularly. The unleaded gas right now, of course it's the holiday, it is at $3.05 here in Tomah, Wisconsin. But because I used my Quick Rewards points, I received $2.20 off a gallon. Plus, by using my credit card of Quick Trip, I get an additional 3 cents using the Quick Rewards. Why do I do this? I'm cheap in certain things because in other things, I'm very giving to people. I'm cheap for reasons of myself. When it comes to giving of other people, I'm not so cheap. I'm a big giver. For those of you that know, you know. So, I had squeezed in 29.5 gallons of gas for a whopping total of $9.71. There we go. $9.71. So, does it pay to be cheap? Yeah, clearly. That's almost like getting 30 gallons of gas for free. Oh, I got 30 gallons of gas for $9.71. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. I wanted to do a quick stop after gassing up the vehicle over to Culver's and have 4 smash burger patties. Just the meat, just the patties. Before I hit the road again, because what I have brought with me are eggs, hard-boiled eggs, and smash patties. So that sounds like a good afternoon meal, I think, at least. See, the carnivore way of eating doesn't have to be hard. It can be very simple, even by eating very simple things. Yes, is Culver's a little bit more expensive than, say, Wendy's? Wendy's burger patties are $1.69. McDonald's burgers patties across the street are $2.99 per quarter pounder. Culver's, oh, they didn't put down the price here. They just charged me a random price. Four burgers, they charged me $11.48. So there you go. That's the price. So I'm waiting in line here. Gonna enjoy that for sure while I'm heading up north, as they say. Toodles for now. So I am home, back in my natural element, Carnivore Jerry, in the middle of the forest. It is time to tell the first of a month full of simple, very simple stories. So here goes. When I first started the carnivore diet, it was more along the lines for me of thinking, how can I afford all these steaks? And that's a lot of meat. And I'm going to put on the weight. All of those thoughts were in my mind. But the reality was what I'm doing right now. That is what I want to be able to. Why am I so close? I should put this phone down a little bit. There we go. That's much better. The reality is how I want to be able to talk to people about the carnivore diet is quite simple. Our bodies are not meant to be an amusement park, not meant for all the fun and the hoo-ha, yay, let's eat as much as we can and have a lot of variety. Truly, we should look at it as the matter of plain sustenance. me personally, don't mind eating things on repeat. In the beginning, I wanted to be so creative. If you were following me for a while, you know that recipe that I created, the carnivore sushi, did not involve any grains or rice whatsoever. But it was a creative meatloaf roll of meat, spiral of meat, but it was good. It had spices, it had flavor, and it was cutesy, while me and my friends were doing the beef, butter, bacon, and egg challenge for a month, just making cutesy things. But again, the simple reality is you can do the carnivore diet if you hate meat. What? Yes, you can do it. Little natty things, I apologize. The carnivore diet is pretty much anything that has eyeballs and breathes and moves. So, doesn't have to walk, because it could be a fish, it could be crab, it could be salmon. Of course, that we all know that's a fish. Any type of protein that is not growing from the ground. And as long as you're full and satisfied, it should be simple. But many people do the carnivore diet, starting out sitting down to eat a 5-pound roast. I think I need to probably change areas. Eating a 5-pound roast. And that in itself is a lot of meat. Not that steak turns into a shake, but you have to be comfortably full. Not to the point of just shoving down 5 pounds of a butt roast in your gullet and saying, "Ooh, look at me, I'm doing the carnivore diet," or boiling the living daylights out of beef. No, please, don't do that. Don't do that. Let me move locations so I can get away from these buggy things. Okay, I hope this is better now. When I first started for example, the ketogenic way of eating, and I found that I ate and found out a lot about the ketogenic recipes and the fat bombs. I did the same thing with the keto diet. So for me right now, I can be able to talk to people about eating from one extreme, ketogenic diet, fat bombs, allulose desserts, all the things, eat all the cream you want to a very simple, let's sit down for breakfast and have 8 ounces of ground beef and 4 eggs, what I had today. So make it as simple as possible and you will succeed. Don't look for any carnivore recipes from the jump. They're out there, they're available. There's people that do have carnivore books, but a new and beginning carnivore person shouldn't strive to eat 3 meals a day, as much beef as they possibly can. Eat until you are comfortably full, and accompany that meat with fat. I want to caution you about liquid fat. If you have liquid fat, the fat that's run off after you cook your steak in an air fryer, for example, and then you pour that fat over your steak, in some cases, for some people, that can cause digestive upset, or they have to quick run and find a restroom because that's too much fat. So in the beginning, you're going to have to figure out and weigh your options, both literally and figuratively weigh. But understand that protein, grams of protein, doesn't mean 5 grams of protein as so far as weight is concerned. Grams are the nutrient level of protein, not the weight level of protein. So that is today's simple start of the month carnivore story from me, Jerry, in the middle of my forest. I'm going to close out today get this video up, and I will see you tomorrow, the 2nd of September. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Cheers, everyone.